you guys right here. Just give me a second. Welcome. This is not easy, you guys. This is beautiful too. Welcome back to my channel. That was horrible. My voice is going out. So I thought I would just talk to you guys a little bit. I'm on my way to my dentist appointment because they're going to be taking my x-rays for my teeth so that I can get referred out to a specialist to get put to sleep and get all of the teeth I need out, because I am going to be getting veneers or implants, whatever I choose, just for my back teeth. My front teeth are fine, as you guys can see. Just my back teeth I need to cover, whatever. So I'm on my way there. Mind you, I do not sleep too good because I kept waking up every 3 hours as if I had a whole baby when I don't. But whatever, it is what it is. So I'm on my way to the dentist. I'm gonna be a little bit late. I hope they still see me, because I really have been lagging on this, you guys, because I have such a bad phobia of the dentist that I will try my best, like literally my best, to try not to go. Like, I'll make up every excuse, you know, when I'm not in pain. But I felt like Heavenly Father, you know, brought to my mind today, the choice that you make today is what's going to affect your future or your tomorrow. And sometimes God speaks to me through ways like that, like through my teeth or when I'm doing my hair. And that might sound weird to like a lot of people, but God has his way of speaking to everybody in their language, you know, in the way that they can understand him. And that, I think, is what's so cool about God. Like, God knows I'm very much so into my hair. So a lot of times God will show me certain things, like when I'm going through the process of doing my hair, or, you know, like the time where I had to, due to me leaving my braids in for a very, very long time, I had dreads, and I had so much new growth. It was like this much new growth, but the rest was dreaded. So when I wanted to take out all of that old hair, this is going to help you guys understand why I say God speaks to me. So basically, when I went to take out all of the old hair that I had left in my hair, you know, for so many years, and I had all of this much new growth, I couldn't grow my hair past that length really, because I needed to cut off the dead and take out the old hair so that my hair can be fresh and new, and so it can grow quicker. So in the process of that, God showed me something, you know, just like in the spirit. There are certain things that you're gonna have to cut off that is gonna be painful to you. Some things are gonna be, you're gonna be afraid to cut off, because it might be a person that you really care about or you love, or it can just be like, you know, a regular situation where God's like, is this helping you grow spiritually? Is this helping you? Is this person, or whatever it is, job, increasing you in your faith, whatever, you know? And so when I took all of the hair out, I went through this huge emotional state. And I remember the experience so clearly. Like, the reason I left the hair in my hair for so long was because I just got so comfortable in, you know, leaving it in and just making it look real. You know what I'm saying? Like putting rubber bands. I came up with this method where I would put rubber bands. I would rubber band the new growth and just let it hang, so it would look fresh. But I got tired of doing that because it was breaking my hair off, you know, and I didn't want to cut off the other hair, because to me it looked good, you know, it was really long, the braids looked long. I was just gonna, you know, be like, yeah, these are my dreaded braids, you know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the day, I wanted to do something so new. Like, I was ready to take out all of the old hair so that I can braid all of the new growth and redo my singles. But I knew that if I did that, I was going to have to cut off my real hair where it was dreaded. And that was really hard, because even though I wear fake hair or whatever, you know, it was the fear of like, oh my God, my hair is going to be so short. Like, you know, all of these fears started to flood my memory, started to flood my mind, almost to a point where I was just so discouraged, and I was just so frustrated about it. Like, why did I let my hair sit this long? Because I was addicted to drugs and alcohol, and, you know, that hair had so many past things in it that I felt like God's like, you're going into another level. And normally when God's sending me through a new level, or when I'm going through something spiritually, like internally inside, like where I'm battling my insecurity, or I'm battling all of these different emotions, normally that's when I'm changing. Because in the midst of changing, there's always something that's going to cause pain. You know, just like when you give birth to a baby, you feel me? Like when you give birth to an infant and a baby, you go through 9 months of going through emotion. Some women have emotional problems. Some women have struggles carrying a baby and stuff like that. But there's a life in there, and you know that God put it in there, and you're going to have to bear the pain to see what your baby looks like. And so, like, that's how God speaks to me in areas of my life. Like when I was going through a dramatic shift and change in that time period, and I just felt this urgency to change my outer appearance. They say that your outer appearance shows the internal part of the being of who you are. So I just felt like, you know, I want to cut this hair out. I'm starting new. I'm gonna have a new start in my life. I'm going somewhere different, and I need to take out all this past due hair that leaves me with the memories that I need, that God wants me to let go of. And so, like, that's how He helps me. Like today with my teeth, I was comfortable in my bed, and I was tired, and I didn't want to get up because I haven't had any pain, right? So there's a consequence to every choice that you make today. So your tomorrow, what you do today can affect your tomorrow or your future. And I was just like, God, I don't want to get out of the bed. I'm really tired. Like, I just don't want to get out of the bed, and I don't want to, you know, go to this appointment. I'm not in pain anymore. You know, I don't want to have to go sit in a chair for them to do these x-rays so I can take care of this, because I'm not in pain. And then it also came to me, but even though you're not in pain right now, why would you not want to take care of the situation and get it out of the way, so that you don't have to be in pain later on? And that's what spoke to me. Like, oh my God, like, even though I'm comfortable on my bed, and I know I can reschedule, you know, for a week, I know I can call and say, hey, I'll come back, can I come in a week? But God's like telling me, don't procrastinate. You need to just do it and get it done, so that you're able to rest, and you don't have to worry about, you know, worry about getting infection in your mouth again, to where you can't eat, sleep, talk. Because once you're in that amount of pain, you're going to look back on the day of today, and you're going to say, why didn't I just do it? And so that's something I feel that God is teaching me right now in my life, is take care of the things that you, even though you don't feel pain from those things, later on, just like addiction, later on, that's going to affect you. It starts with here and there doing things, you know, and then it becomes a habit, and then before you know it, it's almost to a point you become so addicted to it that you have to have it. Like, your body literally will go through like stress and turmoil and sickness and all of that. But why not stop the habit while you don't have that, while you're not bodily addicted? It might be mentally a little hard, because anytime you're fighting addiction doesn't go away. Addiction is an everyday practice. Like, I mean, not addiction. Sobriety is an everyday practice. You have to continually fight that urge, whether it's through a drug or not a drug. It could be through sex, it could be through partners, it could be through anything, shopping, and I have an addictive personality really, really, really bad. And I feel like God is trying to has taught me more self-control, because let me tell you how important, now that we're on this subject, how important self-control is. Self-control, discipline, ordinance, and structure, you need all four of those things in your physical life and in your spiritual life. And in our flesh is, it always wants to do what it wants to do. It never wants to take the sacrificial ride that you're gonna have to go through to birth out something good, to do those things, you know. And so, like I said, you know, my choice that I made today is going to affect my future. And I feel like God was like, this is why you have to cut off certain people. You have to cut off certain things. You have to cut off the things you watch, some of the things you watch, because it's gonna corrupt your mind. And the more corrupt your mind gets, the harder it is to retrain it, because it's easy to pick up something than it is to put something down. I'm living proof of that. I'm sorry, but it is. And I don't care what anybody says, that is the truth. Unless you're mentally disciplined enough that you can pick up something and say, okay, I just want to let it go. That takes a lot of mental power, you guys. That takes a lot of mental strength. And that's something that you would have already had to practice through your life in order to do that. And so that's why I say, you know, self-control is big. And discipline and self-control, to me, they roll together. And so does ordinance and structure. So that's a message that I've got, you know, while I'm driving to the dentist. I told you guys I want to start doing videos on, you know, spiritual things, because spiritual food is so much more important than just beauty and hair and pranks and stuff like that. And I feel like, you know, God's like, you need to share the knowledge and wisdom I've given you. You know, what better way to tell somebody else than to do it through your YouTube about me, you know, and what I show you in your everyday life. And so that was something that God showed me today. Don't wait until you're in pain to put that addiction down. Don't wait until your teeth are so severely infected that you can't eat, sleep, or nothing. You're going to cause a trial on yourself that you're not going to want. When you're in that trial, once you're in it and you can't change it, you're going to do everything in your power to get rid of it. But I don't want you to do that. I want you to do that now, while you have the slightest bit of strength. This lady was not looking. She almost hit my car. Anyways, while you have the slightest bit of strength in you, pray that God gives you the overcoming strength to just, the willpower to just put it down and do it. And that's going to be my prayer to God today, because it's so easy to pick up a habit than it is to drop a habit. It takes more discipline and more time. But God allows us to go through certain things to make us stronger, to teach us discipline, to teach us ordinance, to teach us structure, to teach us perseverance. You know, I've been through a lot of cutting, and I've been through a lot of pruning, and I've just fallen off, and I had to go to God, and I'm like, God, I just fell off, like the deep end of the ocean. Like, what's going on with me? What's wrong with me? And it's like, you know, I feel like I got lazy. I got lazy and got comfortable. And that's when God starts making my life around me uncomfortable. I noticed that if I get comfortable in where I'm at, what I'm doing, God will allow certain things to occur in my life just to make me feel uncomfortable. I'm not joking around. Like stuff will just around me start irritating me to the point where I gotta talk to God. Like, this ain't working. So that's the message for today, guys. This video is 15 minutes long. I'm actually right here at my dentist office. I made the choice to just, out of my discomfort, get out of my bed and do it anyway so I can rest for the rest of the day or whatever. So remember, you guys, I love you. God loves you. Stay up. Bye.